Hello, hi, my name is Zoe. I am the Tipsy Psychic. Today I'm going to talk about the compatibility between an Aquarius Pisces Cusp, an Aqua Pi, and a Scorpio. Aquarius Pisces Cusp and a Scorpio. You both are able to lean on each other and be there for each other in a very powerful way. You both go into this with your own boundaries, your own values, and core beliefs. The tricky part is they clash most of the time and are very different. So it can feel like you're battling to see which one of you is right. Will your Scorpio's values be the strongest, or will yours? And this is the path of your romance with them. You both tend to turn to your external reality to decide what's best. This means that you often get caught up with other couples and what they're doing. You both probably like to people watch, and you might get pretty obsessed with other people, whether it's watching The Bachelorette, or analyzing your friends and family, or sitting on a park bench, talking about a strange couple on the opposite side of the bench, across from you. You can get very swept up in the external drama. It's easier to focus on others than on your own relationship sometimes. So when you're with your Scorpio, you need to make the most of it. You need to have the best times. You need quality time. Quality time should be your love language. Don't just spend time with them and not do anything. Spend really nice times with them. Scrolling on your phone while eating with them at a restaurant is not quality time because you're not really there, right? So you need to give them your undivided attention. They need to give you all of their presence and all of their love. And your times together need to be meaningful. Because what happens is, after a while, a lot of couples do this. You'll see, you can tell between the new couples and the old couples at a restaurant. If you look around, you can tell if they're on their phone scrolling and they look like, they're not really there. Then you can tell they've been together for a while, probably. If not, yikes. But you'll see those other couples that look like they're in love, and you can tell like that they're having a really quality moment with each other. And you need to find that. You need to always have quality times. Less times eating nachos in front of the TV, more times really spending time together. I'm not talking about doing chores together. For some people, that might be okay. You might really find quality time, grocery shopping together, fine. But a lot of people, that's not quality time. Playing video games together is not quality time. I'm talking about experiencing real pleasure with them and having the best times. And that is where all the awesomeness happens for this couple, during those quality moments. You need to be flexible and avoid placing too many boundaries on yourself. It's easy to control the situation, but you and your Scorpio need room to grow and make mistakes and learn. Part of this has to do with being compassionate and just opening your heart out around your Scorpio. Love makes the world go around. Your Scorpio might snap at you. They're like piranhas sometimes. It really won't take that much for it to happen. But Scorpios really benefit from being with you because they have a hard time finding a partner who can handle them and hold space for them and their wild emotions. They really have a chance to grow and better themselves when they date you. You are there for them even when other people have walked away. And you allow growth and transformation for them. Scorpios are all about transformation. A lot of signs walk away after being with a Scorpio and all they do is complain about how Scorpios are this and Scorpios are that. Scorpios are intense, they are very feeling driven. But often they can't really shine in relationships fully and be themselves because they don't have time to transform. And Scorpios, in the evolution of astrology, Scorpios are really about transformation. So you really give them this space and love, and you can hold space for that a lot of the time. I'm not saying everybody, obviously we all have different lives. This dynamic works a lot of the time because of that. They need transformation to be happy. So you're one of the best partners for them in many ways. You don't really care as much about always doing the right thing, whatever that is. And you don't have to be super honorable about your intentions. It doesn't keep you up at night if you aren't following a moral code or you're being unethical. It's not because you're a bad person. It's just that you don't really care about doing something because you should do it or doing it because it's the right thing to do. You like to make up your own rules. Sometimes. I mean, that's your Aquarius nature. And your Pisces nature makes you creative and imaginative. And you can come up with the most outlandish reasons sometimes for not doing something or why you do the things you do. You find hidden meanings in things and loopholes in a way your Scorpio just doesn't. Neither one of you really gives a shit about the impression that you give to others. You don't try to fit in or look a certain way. And this also means that sometimes other people can't connect with you. They don't get your relationship and they feel alienated. Also, when you aren't trying to be friendly, it just makes other people judge you and your relationship and jump to conclusions, and usually not great ones. So at least try your best to be as awesome as you can be. The more you try to win at life, the better. Don't do anything halfway as a couple. You both can get pretty passionate and it's easy to get a little obsessive. This is not great for your social life, and you need your social circle to survive this relationship. So instead of asking, why should I care what other people think about my relationship and alienating yourself, just do your best to put yourself out there and give your 100% and don't neglect your pals. You might be more into a Scorpio that is born earlier, like around October, than one born later in November. You're a very emotionally intelligent couple. It's like you're linked and you know how the other is feeling without having to even say it. Your connection is very deep and empathic. There might be a more uncompromising vibe that radiates from the relationship because of this unsaid inability to play by each other's rules. It might be subtle or even just unconsciously going on, like you don't even know what's really happening. But it helps if you both are on the same page and you can decide what you stand for as a couple. Whose values will this relationship take on? And if you don't figure it out, it will continue to be a pattern. It will continue to express itself through the relationship and maybe not in the best ways. A marriage with a Scorpio is usually very unconventional. You don't give a shit about tradition. Fuck the norm. Your wedding is likely to be very unique, and your marriage is what you make it. In fact, marriage doesn't usually happen for this couple, not because it's a bad relationship, but because they usually choose not to take a traditional path, and marriage is quite conventional, it's quite traditional. So this couple is often very, very happy in a very long-term committed relationship without the wedding and the wedding ring and all of that. But when marriage does happen for this couple, it's usually pretty successful and it's usually one of a kind. Your ability to sense what the other is feeling will definitely come in handy, and it is pretty special, but you can't rely on it alone to keep your romance alive. It's easy to think that everyone else in your life will be on board with whatever you and your Scorpio do. But you will probably find a lot of misunderstanding from people who you thought got you when you date a Scorpio. Like, it will just come up, especially with your friends and family. They may not get it. They may not get what you're doing with the Scorpio, especially if your family's more conventional or conservative. They're not going to understand sometimes the choices that you make with a Scorpio. So don't just assume it's all good with them. When your friends are getting a divorce, there's this habit for this couple to look at their relationship and kind of relish in the fact that they're not going through all that. Like, thank God that's not us, you know? Do not start comparing your relationship to shitty situations as a way to justify things. That doesn't make your relationship any better. In fact, it might make other people around you even more upset. Consider how they might be feeling. A Scorpio would understand. They are usually on the same emotional wavelength. It's harder for you to let your guard down when you first meet a Scorpio. And it's a really big deal to let them in and to let your walls down. And if your Scorpio decides to be unfaithful to you, which does happen often in this match, it might feel like you can never love again. It will require a lot of healing, and you need to protect your heart. So you really need to be able to trust them. Healing is important for you. A common encounter you might experience with a Scorpio happens when you go out with your friends and your Scorpio wants to call it a night, but you want to stay out with friends longer and you don't want to go home yet. This might not sound like a big deal, but socializing is very important for this couple. So when you want to stay out late with friends and your Scorpio always wants to go home early, that is going to present a challenge, something you need to think about. You both are introverts, but you like to let loose with your friends and have fun. And your Scorpio likes to chill, but they don't want to have to keep up with you. So you need to find some kind of middle ground. As friends, you would spend more time alone with each other than with a group of people. What can actually cause problems is trying to integrate your friendship with other friend groups. It can make you feel stuck, and it's really difficult to grow together. It can also feel like your dynamic is forceful. You might feel selfish with a Scorpio. A Scorpio would probably enjoy living with you. You both are pretty good at playing house together. It really helps that you can feel what the other is feeling. Like if your Scorpio has a tough day, then you can sense that. And if you're super excited, they will feel that. It's kind of contagious almost. Marriage is usually a success for this couple. But the only way to really assure that is to make sure that you both are expecting the same from each other. Take time to write down your values and your moral code. Make sure you both know the rules. It really helps that you can think outside the box. Your chemistry might feel dull at times. It might feel like your Scorpio is trying to convert you or to their beliefs or their religion or something. You might feel isolated from other people while you're dating a Scorpio. And they would have the mood swings that they are so famous for. But talking to them is natural, and communication is usually awesome for this match. And you can make friends together when you actually try. And you certainly are friends with each other. You're very independent thinkers, and it feels good. It can be a little confusing sometimes to be with a Scorpio, though. They always get up in your business. A Scorpio likes your ideas. They like your mindset. You're a deep thinker, and that really turns them on. You get along well, and not in an unrealistic way. Although you both are just so weird. They really appreciate how much of an individual you are. But this is a really strong, committed relationship, and it does require a lot of maturity. You're not like anyone that they have ever met, and they're very attracted to your personality. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are a Scorpio, or if you were born on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces and Aquapi, then please comment below. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your story, your thoughts in the comment section below. And please subscribe to my channel. Bye!